Welcome back, everyone, to the V4 Future Sports Festival, where we are dancing our way through into our last game, some better than others. Tom better than me, obviously, in many more ways than just dancing. But Tom, we're underway.
If you body popped, it would take about a week to get all the way from the top to bottom.
Wait, me? Okay.
Yeah.
That's true. I'm not coordinated. I swear tall
I've got
people
a
have
lot
the
more
heart
to roll.
I was wondering if we would have the building shake if that happened. Because of your massive ego, actually.
Yeah.
That you have. But we are into our potentially final map of the day. Our Hungarians are fighting with their last lifeline here as we move into our second map of the series. They're currently down 0-1 against Adwokacik, the Polish team looking to make a name for themselves here. Of course, always be in the shadow of your Devils 1 or Aristocracy, in the shadow of Virtus Pro, trying to make their name. And this is their chance to do it. Get through into the playoffs, into the main stage, get some stage time, and try to beat some of these big dogs.
Yeah, the problem I have, though, is that we've seen already Inferno come out from Gamerzone, and they did pretty damn well. And on the other side of things, it is one of the worst maps, at least statistically, for the Polish side. So everything points towards this going to a third, but we've had some surprises already. Let's see if the Poles can pull out another one. At least individually, they've looked sound. The rotation looking to be quick. Minio is going to be able to find that opening. Rail still at the back of the site. They do spot for him, but it's too late. He already gets the kill. Keeps the man advantage going. Bomb yet to go down. In fact, they're trying to switch the position. Nice shot from Torzy, though, as he rounds the corner. Spiro going to try and replace his teammate and find a kill, but it's Caper instead to steal it away. Another one comes back, and Caper drops the bomb. Missed shots coming in, but eventually it's closed out by Yenka as well. The Polish side have got themselves a pistol.
It only took about 2 matches, but he did it. Ladies and gentlemen, Tombis has said his name correctly, Yenka. Now you just have to do it every time.
No, I have been saying his name correctly for a while, but I just don't say the... I've never said Jenka.
You want to make a bet on that?
No.
That's what I thought. No confidence in your voice. You should stuck to it.
It sounds a bit like
lazy.
Jenga, to be honest.
Ooh.
The thing is, if we pull out a piece, will it all fall apart?
Well, it didn't last game. Though it did yesterday for him up in their, or sorry, earlier today against NIP. And wasn't able to perform after train. Like this aggression over towards the banana position. Nothing bought up for Gamerzone here. Honestly, with the plant going down, they're going to be buying up into the next round. Yenka again. This time on Zakori playing it super far back. Caper, he's like, hey, I got this MP9. I want some kills. I want some money. And I'm going to get a triple. 6K in his pocket now, and Adwokacik looking pretty solid. And here's the buy-up for Gamerzone.
Yeah, this will be interesting. I want to see how many SMGs are actually kept into this round by the CT side. It's looking like all of them.
I like that, just a little delay, just to make sure to line up the shot correctly on the pistol. Definitely didn't want to turn that into a one-on-one situation.
Quick push towards Banana initially. The smoke going to go down, and the CTs are going to try and play around it. They kind of need to be aggressive in this round, just because of the SMGs. This is more than I expected, though. Caper has gone all the way through, clearly feeling confident. 5 kills to 0 deaths. Gaining a lot of information for his side. In fact, soon they may even be able to gamble a 3rd player over, especially the fact that there's a smoke ready and waiting to hold them back. This is so important for the CT side. These are the sort of plays you need to make when you don't have the finances. And even if he just gets 1 kill here and falls back, that could be enough to just put fear into the hearts of his opponents. Now there's going to be hesitation, but they continue their push, and Minio is waiting. The turnaround's there from Torzy, but they are slaughtered. Barely any damage even done, and it's all thanks to Caper. Sure, the kills came in for other players, but there must have been that seed of doubt the second they lose that first man.
Tom, you did see what they had at the start of that round, right?
Yep, that's
4
a lot of
SMGs. And they upgrade to the AKs and the SG. And not, but they won it. That's Torzy had. They just saved so much money in that round. That has to be so demoralizing for Gamerzone. Glad to see that the flank did work out for Adwokacik, especially with all the time committed. And they still maintain actually one of the SMGs. Spiro looking for some extra pocket change. He might have an opportunity here. There's one. He's going to expect a second. Well, didn't know exactly where he was. Could jump down and get the kill nonetheless. Yeah, that looked a little awkward, but...
How is he still alive?
Honestly, I do not know.
I'm pretty sure that's now 4 people have tried to kill Spiro. Bit like the magical dragon managing to survive. Video game?
Help me out here.
Spiro?
Do not know that as a video game, no. What was it on? Was it PC, console?
It was Spyro.
Oh my god. Yes, of course I know Spyro.
It's close enough.
This is getting, I don't know, this has to be very dangerous for Gamerzone. 4-0. There hasn't been really many deaths. I think about 2 or 3 total for Adwokacik so far. Yeah, 3 total. They haven't really had to spend any money on weapons. They have 3 AKs. They have an M4 from round 2, and they have an op that I think they did buy up.
Gamer's 12 grand. It's round 5.
Oh, he saw a head. Well, a hat.
Hats off to him.
Oh my god.
Spiro. Burning one. Sniping the other. Will be caught in the corner. May need a little bit of help, but luckily Morales is on hand and he lines them up, and well, that's as easy as it gets. What is going on from Gamerzone? They're getting absolutely slapped silly.
I'm not sure. I mean, I think Torzy, did he have a scout or an off there in that round? Because he actually tried to line up a shot but missed, and then you saw them just kind of wait. And he did have an op. You can see he misses the shot. Morales just like, all right, I'm going to take my time on this shot.
I imagine there's a single tear just going down Drolan's face right now. I'm watching his home team.
Well, luckily,
battered.
even if Gamerzone do not qualify into Saturday, we're still going to be having a show match from the top 2 Hungarian teams with Salamander and Budapest 5, so they will get on the main stage. Well, Hungary will get on the main stage.
Imagine if you're the one that qualifies and you're not the one that gets to play on the stage.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that.
Brutal. We'll see. Maybe they turn it back. I believe, oh dear, that's not helpful. That, neither is that.
5 kills in 6 rounds so far for Gamerzone.
Oh, dear Lord. I didn't even know it was that bad.
Yeah. Torzy
006, 006, 006. Who's going to be joining the British Secret Service?
Hopefully not. If that's the scoreline they're going to have, I wouldn't be really effective in the field, would they?
Yeah, but they would be 007.
Yeah, I know. They don't have any kills. Be a terrible spy.
You need the license to kill, though. They don't have the license yet.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. So once they hit 7 deaths, that's when they really start to pop off.
Yeah, hopefully.
Oh, the man on your screen here, Torzy, I think he's got to be the one to start it for his team. Again, we talked about how vocal he is and how he helps the morale of the team once he gets going, once he gets excited and pumped up. But also, there's the other side of that sword where if he's quiet, the team can get frustrated. The psychology behind the team. And that's what we're seeing. Like, psychologists actually come into esports now. Helping, what was it? Actually, Fnatic. I think it was JW was talking about an interview during, I think it was the Pro League that we were casting, saying they have a psychologist. He won't say exactly what he's doing and helping them with, but it's been helping. I think especially if you're an emotional player, it's something that you should definitely look into to help you keep calm when you need to, because obviously with every action you make, every word you say, there's a reaction out of your team.
I just like the idea that he's just giving him a back massage, just going, "You're fantastic."
I mean, that sounds honestly amazing.
Secret's out. I'm actually a psychologist. No, I'm just kidding. Only in my dreams. Either way, Spiro.
Wait, what?
Is going to be getting that opening kill.
Why are you dreaming about massaging JW?
We are moving forward. As Morales, he might be able to catch the rotation. Just like I've been caught in this round, so have the T's. And Minio will catch another one. It is only going to be Arby. I think he's joining the Secret Service at least. And he hits 007. So does Corey. Not the best.
What's also interesting is the fact that Gamerzone beat MIBR on this map. Yes, Taco had 5 kills at the end of regulation, but that's not a good sign.
Enough screaming.
I agree. And you were talking about this earlier, playing up to your opponents.
Yeah, I think that's sort of been shown in both matches. Like, we had the game earlier where VP sort of ran over their opponents, and they actually managed to face off against.
Unfortunately, fallen short.
Yeah.
Even though Yuho did have a good standout game there.
And they played really well against Mousesports. So it's like, if you do try and do the match, you're like, oh, they almost beat Mousesports. They're going to destroy VP. No, it doesn't work like that. That's not how Counter-Strike works. And it's the same here. It's like, they took a map off of MIBR. And MIBR just beat NIP. And NIP beat the Poles. And now the Poles are beating... Wait, that doesn't add up. No, it doesn't, because that's not how this works.
You had me in the first half.
Yeah. It's just not how it works, and unfortunately. It would be lovely if it would make the analyst's job way easier with predictions.
That was pretty. No delay in the actual run boost there. Sparrow going to go for the peek yet again. No one's going to be challenged out against him. I was going to say, I was expecting to see some confidence out of Adwokacik. Maybe pushing it towards banana to get the control, but actually they're already rotating back towards the A site, leaving one player extremely far back. I believe that's Minio. Gamerzone are looking to set up, but again, pistols, Mac 10 for Hussar. Haven't been able to win with guns, haven't been able to win with pistols, haven't been able to win around. This is the easier way to say it.
Yes. Was.
Great analysis there, Tom. Yes. But maybe they can this time. I feel like overconfidence could be favorable for them if Adwokacik start to have it.
There we go, though. Decent nade damage done, but the spray through the smoke does even more. Arby will at least be able to get rid of one of the players, but that may be all she wrote. Bomb actually does go down. I have to say, that's probably the most impressive thing so far, the fact that they managed to get onto the site. What? Okay, well, they're just memeing at this point. What just happened?
That's got to be so demoralizing, just hearing them laughing and having a good time where you're sitting there trying to play for your to play in front of your country on the stage. You know, you can see in their faces just frustration, I feel like.
It's sort of like when you're sat at home and you see Instagram stories of your friends having fun, and you're like, wow, where's my invite?
Well, see, that's why I never have that problem, because I just don't have friends. So I never have to deal with that.
I never feel sad.
Yeah.
They can't make me feel pain if they don't exist.
Well, even though I don't have them in real life, sadly the imaginary ones do make me feel sad sometimes.
I'm such a loser. Even my imaginary friends leave.
It's a little too close to home, Tom.
I can imagine you getting bullied by your imaginary friends.
I mean, that was the story of my childhood, I'm not going to lie.
What?
Now it's for different reasons.
Oh, God. Well, CT style, oh, dear Lord, it really can't go any worse at this point for the Hungarian side. Yeah, I don't blame you, Minio. I wouldn't stop either. Still just continuing the aggression. Banana control. It's theirs again. They are struggling.
The thing is, I would love to have the analysts sitting here discussing like what can Gamerzone do differently, because honestly, I don't have an answer for that. They're not winning. I mean, it's just FPS 101, I feel like, almost at some points. They're not out-aiming their opponents. They're not trading kills. Their utility hasn't really been too effective either.
Oh, I thought he might get two there instead. Well, eventually gets one. Oh dear. A few mistakes starting to creep in. Still have the man advantage, and Minio has been a menace throughout these last few rounds, and yeah, it's not stopping here. He's got to be careful. He's looked away. Oh, dear. That is not what you want to be seeing. You never know. Maybe Gamerzone just aren't hungry enough.
Well, I mean, no one on their team except maybe RB is named after food.
I'm kind of glad that you just moved away from the joke I was making.
You were making a joke?
They're from Hungary. The worst thing is, that's probably the most annoyed you've been about any of them, just because you didn't realize what I was doing. You thought that was a genuine comment about them not being hungry enough. Awesome. I'm just going to let you stew.
If anyone likes to know where Tom is currently staying and his room number, feel free to hit me up on Twitter at @jkaplan.
Bring it on.
Can make something happen.
You got to get past all the mess I've made in the room. That's my defense.
I'm just imagining just wrappers all over and pen of chocolates making a fort out of it in your bed.
Okay. Oh, the T's are actually in with a good opportunity to get their first round onto the board. Minio, though, he's just a tank. They can't get past him. Just dodge Minio. That's what you got to do. Finally, he's put down. Spiro going for a no-scope through the smoke. Ambitious, but hey, at this point, you might as well try some new things. Spiro.
They lined up. Oh.
Both players missing. That's not what you want to see. And okay, actually, Torzi's in with a good chance here. Finally might be able to win a round. The Incendiary, though, is going to be burning him all the way down. And now it just needs the shot from the P2 game, and he gets it! Finally, Gamerzone are onto the board. 1 round for the Hungarians and 1 man to do it.
I'm sorry to do this, Tom. Yeah, they won the round, but that wasn't based off skill or win a round outright. That was just
Mistakes.
overconfidence out of Adwokacik there. I mean, Spiro didn't need to use the P250. Yeah, it's kind of low on HP, could have finished him off, but at the angle he was peaking, he could have easily just scoped in on that one.
Yeah, they also like pushed him 1 by 1. It was, yeah, one of those rounds. A little bit of hype, a little bit of excitement. And there we go. Maybe that's what they needed. A clutch to make them rise to the occasion. Even still, and I don't think the Polish side would be too worried about the scoreline within this half. Even a couple of more rounds would make it a dominant one. They've also tagged RB down. He's been handed the AWP. Pre-fire to try and catch anybody aggressive in apps. I like how they've got to the point where they just leave Minio alone on B. He has been utterly fantastic. 13 kills to 3 deaths. Still peaking aggressively. The confidence hasn't gone anywhere. And they're going to start pushing into what is a stacked site. Spiro hoping there's a bit of a gap. And there is one. He's actually going to find just the tag. It's not quite the kill. 2 players now low within this. Great work from Hazard to manage the wrap around. They're still pushing in. There's 2 players within the pit, but they've dinked up one of them. Surely this has to be another round. But again, a big play coming in from the CT side. They turn this back. Flash comes out as Caper gets another kill. This shouldn't be fading away from them, but Torzi's there. He at least gives them a lifeline. Henker sat within the pit still. They have to know he's here. He's killed at least one of their players already. The rotation comes in from Minio. This is an angle that they may not expect. They're still looking in the other direction. The only problem is he has to make a fair bit of noise, and that's going to be the peek back in. They should now know that both players are here. One for Minio, but it's not there. Torzi again. He's starting to step up as he gets another double to win them the round.
10 kills for Torzi. What if this is the moment they start to come back? What if this is the moment they pull it back to a 9-6 scoreline?
That was Phil.
And then potentially hold on to the CT side.
But then I'd really feel bad about when Torzi goes to watch his first clutch back and we're talking about pan au chocolat. Hey, that's what it took. He's forced us to be serious. Maybe the same for Advo. I considered saying the name there, but decided against it.
Appreciate that.
You're welcome. Even still, the T side, these rounds have been so close that their money is on the brink. And although the CT side have some damage done, it basically comes down to the fact that if they win this round, they've not really come into any real trouble. If they lose this, then Gamerzone, well, they'll already be looking at 4. And let's be real, I don't think any of us expected 4 the way this was going. It sounds harsh, but I've never been so dominant. Utterly dominant in a lot of these rounds.
The thing is, they don't have much utility. 3 smokes, now 2. The flashbang was just used. They're going to get some ground over towards A. Maybe try to rush in towards CT spawn. And Spiro can't hit the shot. Yenka, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Not going to happen, as RB is going to be able to return onto this. But the damage has been done. RB and Hazard, the last 2 alive, and just all on Hazard as he finally makes his way up in towards the arch position. Minio is going to lose his head, and now maybe If Azar could pull off a clutch here, I feel like we could have a game on our hands. Gamerzone, he should be able to rally off of this, but the problem is he still has 3 players to find. He's got 18 seconds, so he's got to rush into the site. Morales is waiting for him, and he makes the call. The rotations now come in. Hussar is even on a bigger timer than the 10 seconds left currently on this clock. Let's get the bomb down. After play the situation, it is doable. Unfortunately, not. Escaper just come in towards Banana.
That was really sort of an anti-climax, just with the way that it was like he was looking, getting ready to fight Morales, and then Caper just goes, "What are you two doing?"
I'll take this.
Yeah. What are you doing? Come on.
Shows it to site. I heard someone talking about pain au chocolat. You know what I'm going to do one day? I'm just literally going to buy you 100 of them.
Okay. Sounds like Christmas. I like how, like, why would I be annoyed at that? That sounds amazing.
Because you can't possibly eat 100 of them before they go bad.
I don't have to eat them all. I just have 100. I could just, like, make a bed out of them.
Oh my god. That'd be the greasiest bed. You'd wake up with full body acne. Oh. Just be one giant zit.
Also, I'd have a bed made of pain au chocolat, which, you know, who's the real winner here? Who needs friends?
He's right. Well, you can eat your friends with the pain au chocolat or them.
I really want that as an out-of-context quote. Just, Jason Kaplan, you can eat your friends. You can do anything if you put your mind to it. Maybe that means Gamerzone can bring this back. See what transition that was. Anchor in the back of the pit. How is he alive? They need to call him out of this position. He's dancing around in the smoke. I think even Caper comes close to shooting his own teammate there, because he's managed to elude everyone. Even still, though, Hazard has found the opening. There's plenty of time. They're not in a rush, and it's looking good for the T side. Another entry kill in, and this time it's going to have to be the save out from Advo. They're going to fall back to B and burrow into the back of the site. They can get in the next few rounds. It is still possible. All jokes aside.
100%.
Definitely seems like the foot's come off the gas. But even still, like, you have to wonder how some of the players managed to survive that long. It's good that we see Hazard starting to step up a bit. They needed someone. It was Torzi originally. Corey, of course, not with a whole lot to lose in this scenario. We'll still want to keep the Kevlar, make sure that if they do lose the next round, they still can buy back. The mentality of the team is definitely a lot lower than what we saw before. But that's what I mean. It's another scenario where, like, if you're doing these sort of things versus MIBR, you can sort of like hype yourselves up, you can build yourself, you're going, we're playing against one of the top teams.
Yeah.
When you're getting decimated by what is essentially another mixed team, or a team that's not really expected a huge amount. No, they have pulled this roster together. It seems to be doing reasonably well, but it's not the same as, like, pulling off some of these clutches versus MIBR. Like, Gamerzone will go into this actually confident that they can win, so it's got to be demoralizing. That's why you hear the silence a lot of the time. This man is so beastly around this arch side. We saw him get 3 kills last time. He's already got 1.5. Spiro going to be throwing out the flashbang. He's even doing damage through the smoke. Corey even lower. Missed shot from Spiro, but it may not even matter. Caper just ready and waiting up above. He may not even get a chance. Yanka just trying to do it all on his own. Push him from Minio. He kind of got what he deserved there, but he has made some space for the rest of his team, and what a fantastic round. 4 kills for Yanka in the end. And while now that extra money is going to play a big part for Gamerzone, they will be able to buy. They need someone to step up as well. Like, there's still 3 players with 7 kills between them.
I feel like they should be taking more timeouts. Just to talk, just to give them a breather. Just like, all right, guys, like, let's take a second.
To be honest, their coach at the moment looks like Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh, where he's just going to go, ooh. Like, he doesn't look like he's hyping them up towards oh, well, we might as well end it here. Like, he looks so unhappy. That's not what you need. I don't want to talk to him either.
See, I thought, yeah. I'm just imagining you more as like Piglet.
That's not wrong. Although the Piglet's actually fairly small and skinny. The small part's true. But, like, I think I'm more like Winnie the Pooh. Spend all day eating.
See, I knew deep down you were actually a bear.
Maybe my head is.
Okay, at least that one went over your head. So 11-3, Adwokacik with a 4-on-4. I mean, we've seen so many 12-3 scorelines actually over the course of today and yesterday, and we've seen most of those turn into actually very close games. Yeah, exactly. But I feel like maybe CT side is where Torzi's going to start to really spread his legs. What? Stretch his legs? Not like... yeah,
oh,
okay.
That's not what you said,
I meant.
though.
That's not what I said, but that's what I meant. And there's the Moses. You guys hear yet? Well, Tom's out of the equation for this round, so I'll just continue. As Corey's going to take down Minio. Morals looking for the first, trying to spray onto Moore. He's actually going to get a second somehow, and he escapes, more importantly, turning into a 3-on-2. Been trying to spam out on the guy trying to plant, and yet comes in from Banana. 12-3, looking like it's on the books. Caper and Morals, though. Hassar's been in a situation like this before. 10 seconds left to go. Time is running out. Tries to fake the plant. Comes in from both angles, and there we go. 12-3 scoreline for Adwokacik. And Gamerzone is on the back foot.
Yeah.
Sorry, Torzi, if you listen back. And
yeah, there's a few things.
That's not what I meant.
Well, to be fair, they have been very welcoming over the last half.
Sorry, just never mind. We're moving on.
Well, it's going to take a lot to bring this back. Of course, for them, this is a big moment. Wanting to try and get to the stage within their hometown, but it is not looking likely at this stage. They will at least get to move on to that CT side. They need the pistol to really get to show anything off. And the Poles just need to close it here and now. Not allow them any chance to try and drag this one back. The other thing as well is it's somewhat a different story. Like, there was a lot more of a battle in the match they played versus MIBR. It wasn't such a streak. Like, mentality-wise, they were able to sort of build off the hype of those backwards and forwards rounds, the close scenarios, whereas these have been dominant. That's why it's so crushing for Gamerzone. Can they start bringing the noise once again? It's going to be a play towards that A side. A couple of players around pit and graveyard. Corey needs to start connecting these shots, and he will. It's him and Crazy to do the damage. Still, though, the rotation coming in. Yeah, because gains some ground. He's going to be able to get close and personal to Minio. Well, actually, oh, player's missing. He even gets the kill. No, Minio steals it away. Bomb going to be able to... I was going to say get to the side, but Torzi, that is clean. Leaves it onto Yedka, and well, there's nothing he can do. Much better stuff from Gamerzone. They are going to get the pistol. There's no noise just yet, but at least that's the start.
Now I just look at their coach and just imagine him saying, okay. Well, again, I'm surprised to not hear any yelling coming out of Torzi here. Well, that's a little double kill. Oh, gets the pistol around.
I don't think we needed a slow-mo of that. But yeah, that's one of those scenarios where I understand that things are demoralizing, but that is where maybe a more experienced coach is going to either like get them to take a pause, or is going to be trying to like at least give them some positivity, like the pats on the backs, the fist bumps. Like, I know that all seems like crazy stuff to a lot of people. Like, you're not going to be doing that with your friends, but at the same time, it does seem to be something that really does build the team back up. Maybe shouting a little bit when they win the round, but it genuinely, like, there was a moment in the half where they brought up both coaches. And the coach of the Polish side was smiling, laughing, like, having a good time. Obviously, it's a lot easier for him at this moment because they're dominating. But it was almost like one of those like awkward Zoom face cams for the coach of Gamerzone where he didn't want to look at the camera. Like, they just brought it back up. Like, yeah, it's just like very solemn-faced. You don't want to sort of see this. Of course, in this sort of moment, there's a little bit more. We'll see if maybe there's a bit more of a reaction. Why are we zooming?
be a little worried as the camera just kept zooming in closer and closer on his face. I thought we were going to go all the way.
Then it would cut to your face the last second.
Please, no. There's a reason I'm casting.
That's what the fans
You
want.
barely see my face.
Sparrow, 1v4. This would be the harshest way to reset them. Thankfully, it isn't going to be the case. Good work with the SMGs, but now the real test begins. Now, Gamerzone are going to have a big advantage with the utility. We saw this work out wonderfully for Advo in the previous half, where they were able to use that utility to get deep control and just do the work with the SMGs. Now, they need to do that on the other side. Like, they're going to want to just upgrade all of them and be really cautious, but I think for confidence, they need to keep the SMGs, and also for their finances. Make sure that you're able to get everything you want. And they are going to purchase up the AWP, which will put a bit of a dent in their economy, but at the same time, if they can win this round, it's not going to matter.
Early presence out of Gamerzone, though. Investing 3 players over the initial position towards B, expecting potentially a rush to come through. Torzy on the op. This is where he had a lot of success on Train, I remember. Up against MIBR. He's going to be by himself, which he will have a quick rotate at a Crazy Deer if they do need it. I think Adwokacik just trying to get a feel of how their opponents are going to be defending, but all 5 players have grouped up back towards Banana. And what? What even a shot was that at Minio? He gets a massive kill on a Tours, and they're able to take down Crazy Deer as well. They take the B side just like that. Shrill pushed up, takes down Corey, and it's just going to be a 2-on-4. If you're Gamerzone here, well, you have 2 SMGs. No point to save these. And that's... I got to see a replay of that shot. I literally think I blinked and I didn't even see it. It was that fast.
These are massively confident plays coming out from the Polish side. I think that's the one thing that needed to happen for Gamerzone, is to get a streak at the beginning of this half, just to maybe like put some doubt in the minds of the Polish side, because of course they are a bit of an inexperienced team themselves, but the fact that just everything seems to be working, all the aggression, these crazy pushes, the individual talent of this team shining through, they're just building more and more confidence as the rounds go by. Now we sit 13-5 with another mixed bag buy for Gamerzone. Again, they've invested heavily into the utility. No surprises there. Caper tempted to go for the push, but the Molotov will at least hold him back. Having to expend a lot of utility early just to stop them with this aggression.
Worrying sign is if you're Gamerzone, you lose this round, you're looking at 15 against you. Oh! That's a shame.
As if it couldn't get any worse. You finally get yourself the man advantage and you get owned through a wall.
Yeah.
Minio's dead and someone rises up to take his place with another ridiculous shot. Smoke's going around onto Arch side. He's going to leave Torzy fairly isolated. I wonder if we're going to see him go for something madly aggressive. Caper almost expects it. In fact, Morels as well, but there we go. That's the push through. These are the sort of plays you want to see. He may only get 1 kill, but he does a lot of damage. And he also buys some time. Look at, what is this aggression? That's too much. Like, that's so aggressive. They've just thrown the round away. They had the positions maybe expecting them to wrap around, but you already had Crazy Deer there. You had them pincened, you had them trapped, and you handed them away back into the round.
Uh-oh. Crazy Deer, oh, he had a potential opportunity there, but Adwokacik up to 14. No real money to spend for Gamerzone, so I'm assuming you're just going to have to save for the overtime. You're going to save for the draw here.
That was a silly round.
This shot was silly.
Yeah. No, I'm just more like, this play was good because of the timing, but then the push back through the smoke just handed a free kill to them. Like,
yeah, you mean the Corey's play?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I understand.
The thing is, they had Crazy Deer towards CT spawn, so they would have seen them retreat.
If he wasn't there, then I could understand that play, but it didn't make sense. I don't know if it was just miscommunicated. As I said, this is a younger team, maybe a bit more of an inexperienced team, but They had a good opportunity in that round, and now, well, everything comes down to pistols. Cape are going to be ready and waiting. He is going to get overwhelmed. Crazy they're able to get one. Doesn't retrieve the weapon, unfortunately.
I liked RB's position, by the way, over towards Boiler. So if a person did come out a window to take those two players down who already shown themselves towards apartments, who would have been able to trade, but the push is coming towards B. Oh, what a shot of Asar. Making a couple more of those could be looking good for their side. They'll stay alive. More important is rotations have come in from CT spawn. Spiro not able to hit a shot. Asar comes in, gets a second. He gets shut down, and well, Morels is here to fight. And Corey gonna redeem himself in the last round to get a double kill. And Gamerzone, the investment of the pistols and armor, they do save the round. They get themselves up to 6 and prevent that in a potential threatening round of being on match point for Adwokacik.
Yeah, that was like a full-on YOLO round. I don't know how much you love that term. That shot was disgusting, but then it was just like, there's a minute left on the clock, Jason. They're trying to run through the edge of a smoke when you have all the guns. Like, not needed. Maybe some overconfidence slipping in once again. Still 14-6. Minio. Actually saw him in that round get owned by the Deeg, but it was off, again, a bit of a ridiculous play, being pop flashed through the smoke. Now we see the T starting to be a bit more patient. I think really what's happening is this is the sort of disrespect play we're seeing from Advo is the fact that it takes Gamerzone putting them in their place to get them to slow down. Otherwise, they just keep doing plays that you're not really going to expect. If you are a more structured team, which was something that they were sort of credited for yesterday on the desk, it's one of those things where if somebody just starts playing this quote-unquote FPL style, which is what the Polish side have said they're doing, then you can easily be caught out by some of these players. I think Minio has been the prime example of that. Like, every round he's trying to fight over towards B. He doesn't have support, he doesn't have flashbangs the majority of the time. He's just trying to hit headshots. And that is really difficult to play against.
Crazy Deer. Just trades 2 for 2. He's not able to catch a spray on the transition in towards site. Bomb made its way through. Youngster getting set up in dark. 3-on-3 after plant. No money spent for Gamerzone. If they lose this round, they might as well lost this match. And they do have 2 kits at least to use, but time is going to start to tick away. The push comes in from CT spawn as well. From construction, Torzi gets the first.
Yeah, they just clean things up. Every single kill goes their way. And looking like the T's would have had that one on lock, but instead, they do get themselves another round, another lifeline, and, well, in all honesty, the Polish have to just take the moment.
Why are they not vocal? I'm so confused. They pull off a nice 3v3 retake. They pull off the round before that where they were just on, like, a force-up.
It's because it's not close.
It doesn't matter. If I'm in that situation, woo!
You that guy.
A little bit higher pitch, though, because you know my screams.
I can't go there.
Yeah. Takes years of experience.
Need to practice my falsetto.
Well, now Adwokacik going to be forcing with the pistols. I think it's going to start to get dangerous. Like, if Gamerzone win 2 more rounds kind of cleanly, I think Adwokacik should be a little bit worried. We could be seeing the 3rd map of Train.
Well, yeah, this is what I sort of said, that they needed to keep this momentum going. Because, as I said, that's the style they play. It's very aggressive, very individually based. And the one way to shut down an individual team is just, like, take away the confidence. Make them start to believe that they're not going to be winning these rounds. For now, it's been so many individual spray downs, some crazy clips, and also having the finances to back it all up. But now that Gamerzone start to win a few in a row, I can see the momentum easily switching into their favor. And that's been the problem with a lot of the matches we've had throughout this tournament so far, is momentum seems to be such a big factor.
Now a little bit of a timeout coming in. Trying to discuss what to do here. I wonder if they're going to start to get louder as the rounds do trickle in for them, if they can continue on this route. And obviously, like, the pressure on the shoulders. We talked about this at the start of the series. The fact that they weren't even considered the best team in Hungary. The fact that they took a map off MIBR. The fact that they're still trying to fight for a chance to play on the main stage in the arena. They already know the two other teams from Hungary are going to be there in a show match. They want to be able to join them and show that they qualified for a good reason. RB completely blinded up. Gets himself one before being taken down. This rush coming through. Not really working. He talked about the aggression, using momentum from before to keep playing aggressive, but now that they've been halted, they seem to almost be second-guessing themselves. Well, not necessarily they can second-guess themselves, but they're just not able to hit their shots anymore. The confidence seems to be shot.
Well, I think the other thing is they've been pulling off a lot of silly plays, like sort of conventional plays within Counter-Strike, and they were working. The problem is, once they stop working, how do you get back to like just doing normal things again? Like that. Like, I understand it's a 2 versus 4, so it's a little bit more understandable, but what's the game plan there? You're not playing together. The plan there was for Yegka to throw a smoke, flash himself in, his teammate to sit there until he died and then push afterwards. Like, that doesn't sound strategic at all. That just seems like you're trying to out-aim your opponent. And that's what I mean. It's like, when you're feeling confident, when everything's going right, this style of play is fantastic. Like, as I said, when it got to overtimes and we saw Fur making these sort of ridiculous plays, the difference is with the top teams is when it stops working, they stop doing it. Hopefully, now that they've got the weapons in play, we'll start seeing a little bit more structure from the T side. This is where they have to try and grind out one of these last few rounds rather than trying to cheese it.
I think that smoke didn't come through. He might have seen some cheese out of Minio. That was a double collateral through the wall. Minio and Spiro being dropped to about half HP. I wonder if Torzy actually heard that. And Torzy's up to 20 kills. He certainly only have 9 rounds. He's doing a fairly good job of keeping them alive.
Yeah, he's had some integral rounds that he was the guy who got them started, got them their first one based off a 1v3 clutch. In the next round, managed to do some damage as well, and looking to continue this trend. We have seen now a slowdown from Advo building in to this round.
Like he's holding a slightly off angle, considering Minio just destroyed him the last time he held in this position.
Yeah, the problem is the smoke should section him out. I like this though, counter smokes. They're going to attempt to run through it. Crazy. I don't know how he escapes. That needed to be a trade. That should have been a trade. And they've even boosted a player up. They've got to be careful about this. Corey spraying away. He still gets one. It's a 1-for-1 trade. That's absolutely fine. And already the full defense is here. Crazy, a little bit aggressive though. He doesn't wait for the rest of his team. He wanted to be the hero and may have just become the villain of this story. As now they've got to try and retake this in a 3 versus 3. Minio so low on HP, but it doesn't kill him, seems to make him stronger. Just look at this position on the edge of the smoke. Are they going to be expecting it? Going, in fact, just above. The shot's being taken. Caper, he goes down, but this is it from Minio. He's got behind them. I don't know if they'll expect it. Looking for the execution. Needs to stop the bomb. He sprays down 1 and 2, but it's not going to be the kill.
Well, now we're seeing some life out of Gamerzone. We're starting to hear them. Adwokacik have to be a little bit worried now. They got the bomb down, so they can be able to buy into this round, but this is not looking good for them. They had a 12-3 scoreline at the end of this first half, and look at this. The flash that came through, no one can hit anyone. Caper's got to be a little bit frustrated that RB was able to get boosted up. I wonder if it was communicated that he's going to be holding that smoke. Double up setup coming in for, I think, the first time for Gamerzone. Probably one of the first times they've actually had the economy to do so. Adwokacik just seemed at a loss. They don't know what to do. They've tried to barrel into the B site, but 3 rounds straight. They're just hoping for picks to come through, not really even setting each other up for any kills. I mean, Morales is by himself pushed up middle. They have a man in apartments. They have 2 players working towards B. It doesn't really feel like the team plays there at the moment. Oh my god, okay.
Come on. I think Torzy's just ripped his keyboard out and probably smacked over.
Oh my, don't even do, no way.
So much damage done by Minio. I think we're gonna have to check his mouse after this game because he's been pulling off some unbelievable things for his team. He may have just given them the way in, but they're gonna be pushing into the stacked of the two sites. There's two players here. They haven't cleared either of them. Hassar still at the back of the side. They need to get rid of him. Corey has found another in the meantime. Hassar doing damage. He turns it, gives them a chance. Corey trying to find something through the smoke. A last-ditch effort to stop that bomb going down, but there's plenty of time, and we sit in a 2 versus 2 again. The only problem, both players have AWPs. This is not what you want in a retake. Sure, if they both hit their shots, fantastic, but they can't clear these angles properly. A single miss, and we could be seeing the 15th round on the board for the Polish side.
No one's covering short, though. At least, yeah, no one's covering short. They're not really covering each other's angles. They could be pushing in that direction. I guess they assume they're coming both from CT spawn. They come around with the pistols. And luckily, they come from the same direction. That could have been a different story. And Adwokacik finally get on map and match point here. 15-10. And the money, not great for Gamerzone.
Yeah, luckily, they still have 8,000 for Torzi. It does mean he's not going to get his AWP, which is definitely unfortunate. Even still, if they can go ahead and win this round, they would set the Polish side back once again. And
oh, wow. He killed the guy in pit off that.
Maybe path their road back into this Minio. The man who has been pretty much opening up the round almost every single time is left with a Mac 10. I'm not sure I agree with that, although with the way he's been playing, you can kind of understand it. He's just been running into a lot of these positions. It's probably a good thing then that there isn't actually an AWP for the CT side.
Pressure is mounting here, they'll tell him, for Gamerzone. Last chance saloon for them to keep those hopes alive. Utility, they still have a little bit of it. Nice flashbang comes through. RB unfortunately only able to get one, and Caper's trying to push up to look for a second. In the meantime, there's a push over towards B. Minio's gonna go down to Torzi, who gets a much-needed kill, but Caper pushes through, gets a kill. Hassar gonna be the last man to defend the site over towards A, and he's gonna get one, but he needs the second. He needs his final kill to lock this down, and he drops. Morals gets the kill. The rotations come in. It's gonna be a 2-on-2 with the bomb now planted. Match point here on the line. Can Torzi do it once again for his team?
Experience versus youth, the two players you'd want from the Polish side. The calm and collected versus the aggressive, and the aggressor takes the first. The second comes in as well, and now they're starting to make a little bit of noise. It is going to be the 11th round for the difference now. If you look at the scoreboard, you can see the first 9 rounds in this map were won by Advo. They still won in a 12-3 half as well. This has been ground out by Gamerzone to get it back to what we see now. And that could have been it. That really could have been it. Having Spiro and Morales in that situation. But this time, it was quite funny, really. Last time they didn't watch short at all, and it worked out for them. This time they have a player focused, and they don't really cover each other off. Oh dear.
I thought it was a fire, and then I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, that's a pretty damn good start. Minio has pretty much been the entry fragger for them over the last few. Rotation going to come back in now from Crazy Deer, making his way back over onto this A site. Morale's desperately looking for some space, but can't find anything. The utility holding him back. He's going to go for the peak. The fight being taken, and Hassar, he's been fantastic over the last few rounds. Been defending this A site with his life. One of the main reasons we're seeing Gamerzone start to get back into this one.
Crazy saw that gun. You had to have seen it. And Spiro's still trying to make something happen towards B. That's going to be Not even the last smoke towards the site. Corey's going to be there. So if they're trying to hit this B side, it's not going to work out easily for them. They're going to have to push to the smoke, or Caper's going to have to make something happen towards CT spawn. But Crazy Deer shuts any sort of chance of that happening down. 2 on 5, and I think they're just going to try to save this, it looks like.
Yeah, I think they realize they've got no utility. Like, the chance of them ever stealing this round away is slim. Also, score's starting to get a little bit too close, but all that sort of confidence, maybe the cockiness of the polls has faded away. Like, you still got Minio trying to make these same sort of plays, but as I said, this is the sort of difference. Like, a lot of teams have something to fall back on, and it just seems like the FPL style of play is all they've got.
Oh, no smiles on their side. Different story in the first half. As you point out, even the coach was smiling. Feeling like it was going to be a relatively easy win, and Gamerzone trying to grind it out. Respect to them to continue and to not give up after a 12-3 scoreline.
I think the sponsor fits very well. Wow, Hungary.
Yeah, it does, Tom. I've decided to stop trying to give you the enjoyment of my despair every time you make a bad joke.
I always enjoy it. I don't need the crowd. I don't need the reaction. It's for my own pleasure.
Don't know if I enjoy the idea of me pleasuring you like that.
Oh God, you need to be more careful with your words.
But you did point out something about Adwokacik. Seems like they have nothing to fall back to. They have no set strategy to go for. Everything they've done has just seemed to have not worked. Both teams only accomplishing 3 T rounds. Again, there's been a couple of opportunities to close out the series. They've had a couple of bomb plants that they weren't able to defend. Minio's had a spray through a smoke to drop someone.
Oh my goodness.
Speak of the devil. Takes down Crazy Deer. Man Advantage back to their side, but can they close this out? They've been struggling to do so far. And it looks like the hit will come back towards A and come back towards Hussar and Arby.
Yeah, they've struggled. They've struggled over the last few rounds to break into this site. Mainly off the back of Hussar. He's even got the SG now. Perfect for these ranged battles and higher chance of getting that headshot in. Utility still being expended. Spiro's now found another one. Hussar going to have to be the hero once again, but he's dropped the bomb early. Nice trade back, however. There's still a man in the pit they need to clear, and that's exactly what they do. Torzi, he's been their hero before, but now he needs to be the superstar, as he's got 4 players to find, and he's taken so much time. Like, has he given up?
I think there's players he hasn't actually have any information. I think there's one they're still missing. They haven't really figured out where they're going to be. But yeah, 20 seconds left with an op in hand, a 1v4. If he pulls this off, he make himself a legend. But unfortunately, he's not going to be able to. And finally, after the 12-3, they do close it out with a 16-12 scoreline.
See, they end that about 7 rounds ago, and they're sort of cheering, laughing, having fun.
Yeah.
This is the reaction of them getting through to the playoff stage. They're getting to the arena. Like, that's how much of a grind that had to be in the end, because that came way too close. Like, they were absolutely dominating. 9-0. They were just running over their opponents, and then there was that 1v3 from Torzi to at least give a little bit of a lifeline back. It happened again, I think, in the next round where there was another clutch. So it is definitely one of those things where I don't think they're going to be as happy with the way that match ended, but they got the job done in the end.
Yeah, but it still worries me, considering they still have the likes of, what, Mouse Sports, NIP.
Yeah, I don't see them getting much further.
Virtus Pro, Tricked already there.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough for them to be able to continue to go further, and we're obviously going to find that
ready.
out.
Matt is ready.
I know
we
he's
should
ready.
be over to
you know what,
He's already started.
I was stop talking and we let them finish the show.
I'm sorry, Caster, please stop talk. Analysts, please start the game. I thought that I was talking to the producer still, but now I'm talking to all of you lovely people at home, and I have to tell you that Adwokacik has knocked out Gamerzone. It's a bit unfortunate because I liked Gamerzone. I was growing fond of them.
Yeah, a bit unexpected, a bit disappointing, but it did look like, especially on the T side, Adwokacik did have their number. I think I count like 2 times that Gamerzone actually managed to get the bomb down. On the City side, sure, they had a bit of a comeback. But the thing is, when you're a team like Gamerzone, who does not have that international experience, and you are getting dumpstered in the first half, it does get to your mentality a little bit.
I think that, to their credit, though, and unfortunately we did see them fall behind considerably in each first half, so they never really gave themselves a chance in these games. But the fact that they still came back late and got rounds instead of just rolling over and dying, that's pretty good for a team obviously playing like they have nothing to lose and savoring the moment.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the bad thing, though, is that the rounds that they were getting in the first half were based off of those 1-on-3s, the clutch situations that were not exactly constructed for them to be won, but obviously individual brilliance is a part of Counter-Strike, fair enough. Having that lead for Avocado, obviously, initially, it was just basically them having pure mayhem on Gamerzone. Like, they were not even near, like we were saying, that the bomb plans were not there. On the other hand, as we went through the second half, I thought early on in the second half that there were so many afterplan situations that eventually this would go into the way of Adwokacik, whatever the heck they were called. Because they managed to put themselves in those positions, but somehow, time after time, Gamerzone just managed to pull those off.
Yeah, and I'm not going to sit here and say to you that Gamerzone is going to suddenly break into the scene. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that they were even close to the better team in that game, but I just like seeing new teams and new players. I think there's something really fun and quite admirable about that. So it was a benefit to see them. Adwokacik on the other side of things. Spiro, again, we talk about the experience, Morals having a time, Ego and VP. I don't know. I'm not totally convinced, but I think they can build into this. I feel like this tournament, there's some teams that are here that are kind of gaining momentum, and there's some teams here, as we know, that are certainly not performing. So I think it could be open for them.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they're the type of team right now that can build into this tournament, right? I mean, as they get games under their belt, online environment, together, I don't even know how many games they play prior, right? So this obviously can be a case of them getting better each game that they play. I felt like, end of the day, the experience that a couple of guys in that team brought in on the table was definitely the defining factor when it got into the crunch time.
And we know now that they will play NIP. It will be a rematch of this morning's best of three in the quarterfinals. That's how this all breaks down. 3 teams, 4 in each group, 3 teams from each move forward because we do quarterfinals, essentially what would be the deciders otherwise on Saturday. It's kind of an interesting format, Jarl. It gives everyone a bit more of a chance to play in front of the crowd.
Yeah, I mean, that's why it's a bit unfortunate the Gamerzone did fall out in the end, because obviously Hungarian crowd and all that. But in the end, whoever wins deserves that spot. And what I really like about Adwokacik is that even though it's like a bit of a reject team for the Polish teams, because these are the guys who didn't really get to that Virtus Pro and stuff in the Polish shuffle. But in the end, if you look at this team, actually it is very solid from a team perspective, right? It's not just a mix. You have some younger players there, Jetka and Minio, I believe.
Jetka looked wicked.
Yeah, he was on fire. And you also have that nice supporting role of the veterans who did play in the Virtus Pro, they did play in AGO. So if they work on this lineup, actually, I think that they can do some damage in the quarterfinal.
I think it's wide open. I think Tricked looks surprisingly good. I think NIP, not convinced as of yet. MIBR's obviously made it through to the semi, as with Mouse Sports, but there's a lot to play for right now in this tournament. I don't think we're going to dwell too much on today. It's been a long day. It's been another 4 best of 3s. Tomorrow we are off. We actually have a rehearsal. We're going to come and hang out together, get ready, because the arena has been built. It's just behind this wall, and it's looking pretty good. Who do you guys still favor going into that?
In the playoffs in general?
In general, sure.
I'm still looking at Mouse Sports. I mean, they're a team that I feel like their track record puts them in that spot, but I think the quirk is the fact that they've never really been with this lineup in a position where they're expected to win, right? So that can definitely be something become an issue for them. We've noticed in this tournament, remember at the EU Minor, they were playing the group stages, they were supposed to just cruise through that, but they had massive issues making it into the playoffs. Once the playoffs hit, though, they played super well. We've kind of seen similarities here in the early parts of the tournament, but still, I feel like Mouse should be the one.
So Mouse for Natu.
Actually, I really liked what I saw from MIBR, right? It looked a lot more, they look very invigorated. They look a lot more fresh. I like what KNG is bringing to the team. I do favor them actually going forward.
They do have a bit of swagger to their steps again, don't they?
Well,
yeah, they've just got that mood back. They've got that Brazilian attitude. Taco's Mr. Rockefeller. Yeah. It seems like it could be falling into the place for them, hopefully. I think that would be exciting. I think it would be great to have the Brazilians back as a world beater, back on the top of the tables, because it gives us another continent to look forward to, but also their style is so admirable at that level. Well, it's been admirable for the group stage with us here at V4 Future Sports Festival in Budapest, Hungary. It's been a hungry 2 days for a lot of teams trying to prove themselves. Unfortunately, E-Rivals and Gamerzones are the two to bounce out, but we've got 3 teams still eager to prove themselves. We take a day off tomorrow. We join you again on Saturday in the arena, and Sunday we crown our champion. We'll see you then. Thanks for joining us.